Hello, I'm Kyle Bradshaw, and today I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to mount soft luggage to your existing motorcycle pannier racks. The mounting plate has been powder coated and the hardware has been anodized to match. This provides maximum durability and a stealthy look. Slots have been strategically placed at the top, the bottom, and the sides of this rack for nearly infinite adjustability and the attachment of most soft luggage to these plates. We've designed our quick release plate to fit perfectly on 16 to 18 inch round pannier racks and up to 3/4 of an inch with our inexpensive optional latch, which just so happens to fit perfectly on the Tusk racks. With the purchase of our optional aluminum extension, our quick release plates fit most OEM or aftermarket racks that are offset to go around exhaust pipes like BMW, GV, Yamaha, Triumph, and CFMoto, to name a few. When removing your racks from the package, you're going to notice that the hardware has been attached to the back so you can get an idea of proper placement and orientation. Please note that every rack is different and you're most likely going to have to move and adjust each of these pieces of hardware to get the perfect fit on your application. When it comes to fitting the plates onto your motorcycle, you're going to hold the plate up to the pannier rack to determine the optimal mounting location. Once the desired location has been identified, the mounting feet can be moved and or adjusted along any of the lower horizontal slots, allowing for perfect top clamp placement. Up at the top, the mounting clamp can be attached to any of the vertical cutouts. This allows the avoidance of welds, hard pannier mounts, or any other potential obstruction. Once the perfect locations have been identified, tighten up all of the hardware and test the rack function. Now, fine-tuning of this upper clamp might be necessary after all of the hardware has been tightened. Now that we've been on the bike and we've set each of these pieces of mounting hardware in their perfect location, it's now time to add thread lock. The supplied thread locker is an important step. It's going to keep these bolts from backing out as you travel down the road. In order to maintain the proper positioning of each of these mounts, we're going to remove each of these bolts one at a time and apply the supplied thread locker. Now, this is one of those cases where my mom said a little bit goes a long way. One of my favorite ways to apply thread lock, give it a little bit of squeeze and a quick swipe, and that just allows just enough thread lock to do the job. Once all the thread lock has been applied to each of the bolts, we're going to want to go through and make sure that we snug each of these up, giving it the proper torque in order to keep these bolts stationary while we ride down the road. Now that we have all of our bolts secured with thread lock, it's time to attach the plate to the bag. Now, when it comes to mounting your saddlebag to your quick release rack, we found it easiest to take your saddlebag, lay it down, and then set the plate on the back of the saddlebag. You're then going to pull the 2 tension lock buckles through the top of the plate. Next, you're going to run one of the throwover straps through any of the lower horizontal cutouts directly below the 2-inch buckles and pull to remove slack. Next, you're going to fold one end of the 2-inch web strap over itself and insert and pull through the tension lock buckle. You're going to repeat on the other side and then pull to minimize slack. Now you're going to run each of the upper and lower side straps through the luggage plate side slots and attach back to the saddlebag. Alternating from side to side and up and down, you're going to snug the straps, centering the bag. Now that we have the bag mounted to the plate, there's 2 more things that we have to do. But first, let's take a look at the front of the bag. This strap right here that goes over the top is actually run down the back side of the bag and sewn here to the front. This is a great feature. That means the tighter that we pull this strap, the closer this bag is going to sit to the rack. Now, in order to keep the front of the bag from moving forward when fully loaded, there's another tip and trick that we want to show you. We're going to disconnect this buckle and we're now going to run it through this top hole along with the elastic strap keeper. And as with all of our straps and all of our luggage pieces, you can roll that strap back on itself and tuck it underneath the elastic strap keeper so it doesn't flap as you're riding down the road. With this step completed, the tighter the strap gets, the better the bag is going to hold to both the bottom and to the top of the rack. Now, the final thing that we have to do to secure this bag is going to be to pull each of these throwover straps down nice and tight. Now, the configuration that we did here with these loops make it really handy. You can just put a finger or a thumb inside these loops, give it a good pull, And that's going to make sure that you have optimum tension on these two throwover straps, if you will. Now this is where 90% of the weight of this bag is going to be carried, is on these straps right here. So before you mount these bags on your motorcycle every time, you want to make sure you give them a nice solid pull to make sure you are ready to ride. Now one final thing about installation. Every time you mount these plates onto your motorcycle, make sure that you set these stabilization bolts. You're going to screw these in, they're going to make contact with your rack, and that's going to keep these plates and your bags from moving forward or back on hard acceleration or hard braking. On the flip side, you're going to make sure the first thing you do when you go to remove the saddlebags from your rack is loosen the stabilization bolts. That's going to allow you to pull the pin and remove the bags from the bike without a hitch. Now that you've tested the functionality of the plate on the motorcycle, you've got your bag mounted and it's in the right spot. You can now load the bag either on the motorcycle or off the motorcycle. That's your choice. But please be aware that the weight limit of this particular rack system is 30 pounds, or whatever the maximum weight rating is of the saddlebag racks that you're currently running. Another feature built into these quick release plates is the fact that they are lockable. Now the locks are available separately from just about any hardware store, and we have found that a gun case lock is the perfect option. Simply slides through this hole right here, makes the connection, and now this pin cannot be raised, which means the latch cannot open, which means your bags are now locked to your motorcycle. Another great feature of these racks is the fact that they are RotopaX compatible. You can mount your RotopaX unit right to the front of this plate, and then you can attach the saddlebags to the top of the RotopaX. This is a great way to carry extra fuel with you when you are out on your adventure. And there you have it, guys. Those are the finer details of the new quick release luggage plate from Rig Gear Adventure. If you've got any questions about any of the things that we've talked about today, please reach out to Nelson-Rigg and we'll be happy to give you the answers. I'm Kyle. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, take care and ride safe out there.